Amendment offered by Mr. Duffy of Wisconsin, page 99, line 8. After the dollar amount, insert increase by $10 million.
The gentleman from Wisconsin is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This town, this Congress, spends a lot of money to alleviate the pain of poverty, of homelessness and hunger. But a majority of that money is focused on urban centers. And I don't take issue with that. There's a lot of poverty in the urban parts of our country. But so often, the rural parts of America are forgotten. And I have to tell you, coming from rural America, the pain of poverty is just as great. And it affects our communities in rural America just like in urban America. But oftentimes it can be a lot more complicated, poverty in rural America. The face of poverty is different in rural America. Instead of having families move out onto the street, oftentimes we see neighbors, 2, 3 families moving into a single room apartment so they give their kids shelter. Last year I hosted a Homelessness and Hunger Summit where I brought in people who provide food and shelter for folks in rural Wisconsin. And we had a conversation about what we can do better out of Washington to help them address the pain of this poverty in our community. And in regard to the homeless shelters, their main point was that they need flexibility so that they can address the risks of homelessness in our community. In 2009, a program was included in the HEART Act called the Rural Housing Stability Assistance Program. This program allows rural communities to serve individuals that don't necessarily meet the HUD's definition of homelessness, but are in fact without a stable home of their own. My amendment is very simple and doesn't cost a lot of money. It would allow $10 million to be made available for the Rural Housing Stability Assistance Program. Now, take a look at how much money we spend on homelessness. $2.1 billion. My amendment asks for $10 million to be used for the Rural Housing Stability Program. Let's not forget rural America.
The gentleman yield.
I would.
The gentleman makes a very compelling argument, and we would accept the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And with that, I think this is important. I appreciate the Chairman's support, and I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The clerk will read. Pardon me. Questions on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Wisconsin. All those in favor will say aye. All those opposed will say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed.